The components of game are game board, dice, product cards, quiz cards, riddle cards, sigmoid function graph, information sheet, flower cards, seed cards. It can have 2 to 6 players.
Before starting the game, let me tell you about sentiment analysis. In layman's terms, sentiment analysis is the method that is used to generate the sentiments of a data, whether it's positive or negative. There are various techniques involved to do sentiment analysis, but in this game, we will be learning to do it through logistic regression. Logistic regression, it is a mathematical model that is used in statistics to estimate the probability of an event occurring from the previous given data. So it can be positive or negative. If it's positive, it's labeled as 1, and if it's negative, it will be labeled as 0.
Steps to do logistic regression as per the game. Consider a comment on a product. FutureVartan mass are #comfortable. Through this comment as an example, we will understand logistic regression more comprehensively. Step 1. Data preprocessing. It involves majorly 4 tasks to do. First step, casing, to convert all the text to lowercase. The converted text would be like this. Noise removal, to remove any URLs like www, https, punctuations, handles like hashtag, @, etc. The converted text would be. Your task 3 would be to do tokenization, which is to convert a string to words as an array. An array, it is a list of words that is separated by commas. The tokenized text would be like this. Stop word removal. Stop words are English words which do not add much meaning to a sentence. In machine learning, these stop words does not contribute to measuring the sentiments of a person or people. Converted text would be like this. Stemming. Stemming, it involves eliminating all the affixes, that is prefixes, suffixes and infixes from a word to obtain a word. That is called stem. Our preprocessed comment looks like this. Your step 2 would be to create a frequency dictionary. Now prepare a frequency dictionary of the positive words which add sentiments to your products. In this game, comfortable adds to the sentiment, so label it as 1. If a negative word is found, you are supposed to label it as 0. After this step, you are supposed to start continuing the game. Further steps need to be followed after the game is over and point calculation begins. Your step 3 is feature extraction. Write down the number of times you get the label 1 and label 0 in this format. The first number 1 in this matrix is called the bias unit, which is just a constant value to prevent any issues in our logistic regression model. Step 4 is to use sigmoid function. This function, it helps in mapping the predicted values to the probabilities we get. Simply, if the output is greater than 0.5, so will be positive, but if the output is smaller than 0.5, it will be negative on the graph. If the frequency of label 1 is greater than the frequency of label 0, your sentiment has to be positive and vice versa. Step 5. After these steps, you train and test your model. Your step 6 would be calculating cost function. It is the cost that the algorithm pays if it makes a prediction other than the actual value. After this, you update it with different weights and calculate the loss. Finally, you check the performance of the model and make it more and more accurate. We try to minimize the error by minimizing the cost function through a process called gradient descent. The sequence of the algorithm is as follows. Calculate cost functions, update the weights, feature extraction, train your model, test your model, check performance, error analysis.